Good evening and welcome to Business Building Business, brought to you each week by the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. This is our last show of the season, and in honor of the last show, our guest and myself have dressed in festive colors for the holiday season. We wish you a very happy holiday season. We hope that you have a safe new year and, more than anything, a prosperous new year. I'm Rhonda McGowan. I'm the Executive Director of the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. And throughout this season, we have talked about the Tollway, Illinois Tollway's Technical Assistance Program, which is a free program. We have brought all of the team members to you to share their information. It's been legal information, how to get certified, how to do estimating, insurance and bonding, and we saved the best for last. And tonight our guest is Charmaine Cargill. She's the president and CEO of C. Murphy and Associates. It's a certified public accounting firm located right in Chicago, and she is one of the team members for the Tollway, the Illinois Tollway's Technical Assistance Program. And again, the Tollway Technical Assistance Program, if you are a contractor out there, whether you are brand new, established, it's a free program, and you get all of these services that we've talked about over the weeks. And again, tonight, we're welcoming Charmaine, who's going to talk about getting your book straight and what you need to do to bid on those large major projects like, the Illinois Tollway, the city, any government entity. With all of that, welcome, Charmaine.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Sure. And so tonight we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of, numbers and how you should look. I love telling people, Charmaine, that as a chamber, people come to us, businesses, especially contractors, and they say, we need help, and they come with a shoebox. They come with a shoebox with all their receipts and they're ready to move on to the next level to expand their business. And so that's why we have Charmaine on our team to help go through and sort out that shoebox and put all of your financials in a presentable, logical, because your financials tell a story. Am I right?
Yes, that is so true, Rhonda, and yes, and that's what I like with what I do, because I help to answer the unknown for our contractors. Of course, they have the knowledge on how to get the job done and everything, but in order for them to grow and strive in the business, they need to know their numbers, and that's where I come in as far as part of the team for the Tollway.
And it doesn't matter how small you are, you still have to have your numbers right. Am I right?
That is so true. And it also helps when it's time for bonding, because a lot of the projects out there, you need to be bonded. And in many instances, they want to know what your financials look like, because that's what tells a story of how your business is thriving and if the bonders will be willing to, try to work with you and to see if you will be able to produce what they need for the job.
So tell us, how would you describe your role in helping contractors through the Illinois Tollway Technical Assistance Program?
Okay, so starting out, just as you mentioned, some of the contractors, they know what to do as far as getting the job done, whether it be a rehab or working on the streets. So if they don't have their finances together when they're trying to get their certifications and everything, we can assist. We don't mind working with the shoe boxes, the bank statements. We want to, and we stress you want to make sure you're keeping your business money separate from your personal money. That helps tremendously, and that's where we'll come in and help you to organize the numbers so they're presentable in a financial manner so that you can present those. It's also good for you to have that for your taxes. And through the Tollway, we can provide that service at a nominal fee, if anything at all.
Okay. And so what can the small business person, and in this situation, contractors, what can they do to help themselves with the financial side of their business?
To help themselves with that, one key thing, you want to associate yourself and your company with a bookkeeper. It's not a bad thing to do that. That back office work is so important, having people in place to help you. So when you need that, whether it be a certified payroll report or getting the documents, the AIA, for example, is one document that's requested at time when you need to have funds paid out to you. The back office person can be such a key person in your organization that will help you to make sure the money keeps moving. So that can help you count the money, make sure that you're staying in the black and not in the red. Because if you wait until a lot of times the end of the year, it's too late to determine what you can do during the year to help you to have a better year, better numbers at the end of the year so that you can get bonding and also show some equity when you go to get your certification.
Well, in your years of experience, what are some of the fears and phobias that small businesses have with, getting their finances straight?
For one thing, of course, knowing the rules is so important, and they just don't want to face those. And, some people look at numbers as being boring and not wanting to deal with it, and that's what I love to do.
Okay.
So that's how I help the fear. I help you to eliminate the fear, because when you know the numbers, as we know, whatever we do, when we know the truth, as they say, it'll set you free. But in this case, it opens up your eyes so you can see what you might want to do differently in order to help your numbers, help your business. Whether there might be a collection issue as far as your receivables. This will help to open your eyes because you'll see the bills that have come in that you have not yet paid, but then you'll see you have receivables over here. You don't have to guess, try to remember in your head, so we'll eliminate that for you. It'll be on paper, you can see everything, and you can work accordingly in order to thrive.
Well, Charmaine, you sound so knowledgeable. I didn't even ask you, what's your background? How did you get into accounting?
Well, since I was in high school, I haven't told that many people this story, but while in high school, a gentleman came in. He was an accountant. He came and gave a speech to the graduating class, and he mentioned, I wasn't even graduating class, but I was a part of the group that saw the speech that he gave, and he talked about accounting. I was like, that's something that I wouldn't mind doing.
So you've always liked numbers?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And at that time, my cousin she was older than I am, and she knew people who were taking accounting classes, and they were like, Charmaine, all you got to do when you go through the classes, just practice, 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 and you'll be okay. And I took that advice at that time, and that's all I've had the desire to do is accounting.
Really?
Yes.
That was your dream, and you followed it,
Yes.
and here you are. And so you have your own private practice, but you work closely with the Tollway. You're a part of the Tollway Inner City Underwriting Agency's Tollway Technical Assistance Program.
Yes, and I've done most of my career right here in Chicago because I'm a graduate of DePaul University, which I'm very proud of.
Yay.
Go Blue Demons! Yes, and I met Mr. Cooper, and he told me about what he's been trying to do over the years, many years back before even the Tollway came into place. And, I was just happy to be a part of what he was trying to do for the contractors in our neighborhood to help them to thrive. And I was like, and ever since then I have not looked back, and I feel good about what I do.
Good. Well, audience, remember, this is an interactive show. If you'd like to call in and pick Charmaine's brain or have a question, you can call that number on your screen, which is 312-738-1060. We'd love to have your calls, even if you just call to say Merry Christmas. We're here. So this is the end of the year. It's crunch time for a lot of businesses because, they're preparing, all of their end of the year statements and getting ready for taxes. What do you recommend that contractors or small businesses do in order to get ready for their 2018 tax filing?
Okay. This is exciting time for me. I know everyone is out there trying to see what's the next gift that they should be purchasing. Me and the other people who do tax preparation and everything, we're getting our offices ready for 2019, the tax filing season that's coming up. So at this time of the year, this is a time I meet with my small business owners, have an idea of the numbers, what they're expecting to accomplish by the end of the year, so I can help to guide them and make better tax decisions, on their behalf. In addition to, there's certain things you want to make sure you're paying attention to. As far as your employees, you want to make sure that you have current addresses on file for your employees, so that when it's time for their W-2s, they won't run into any problems when they're getting ready to file their taxes. Because sometimes when you don't have the updated address on the W-2, that sometimes can be a problem for the tax filer. So you're eliminating that, making life a little bit easier for them. In addition to that, I would recommend that you start gathering together, because in case you don't have an accounting software system in place, it's not a bad idea to start knowing your numbers as far as the contractors that you've paid, because you have an obligation to send out 1099 miscellaneous forms to the people who are not employees of your business. You need to notify them as far as how much they made, so that they can properly file their taxes and properly report those numbers to the government. So 2 years from now, they don't get a letter from the IRS saying, hey, you forgot to report this income over here. So try not to do a disservice to your contractors and get that information out in time to them, so that they can file their taxes.
Okay. Well, as we all know, the current administration in D.C. has all but gutted, the affordable health care. And what are there still any tax benefits under the Affordable Health Care Act for small businesses? And how does that affect, and what would you advise your clients?
There are some changes that are taking place. One good change, I must say, as far as the Affordable Care Act and the penalty. In the past, you were required, if you did not have health insurance throughout the year, or for a certain amount of months during the year, you would be assessed a penalty.
Right.
Now they're gone away with the penalty. So there's no penalty for individual taxpayers for the most part when they do not have health insurance. So that's one good benefit. Now bring it back into the small business arena. There's some changes there depending on what type of entity you own. If you own an S corporation versus a C corporation and also an LLC, there's some changes there that you need to be mindful of. And at the same time, I might be talking about the greater changes. There are some smaller changes that you need to be aware of that's going to affect your tax returns. While you're getting some benefits on one side, take into consideration that you're losing certain things on the other side. So, for example, S corporation, one good benefit on that is that right now, because the tax laws are still changing, I wouldn't be surprised a week from now, or by the time we start filing the taxes, everything I've told you got thrown out the window, but that's not what we want to happen. But just be aware of that. So always, make sure you're abreast, talk to your tax preparer to make sure you know what's going on. But one of the things I want to mention for the S corporation is that there's a special deduction that you'll be getting right off the bat. Once you have your income, whatever your income is for the year, you get a 21% deduction that comes right off the top on your tax return. So you're paying less taxes these days, we're hoping for, starting with 2018. So that's a big help. Another thing that's happening that stands out is the C corporations. In the past, you will be taxed, of course, you're losing a little bit there because the first $50,000 in the past years through 2017 was taxed at 15%. But now, and then after that, the next stage of next 25,000 will be taxed at 24%, and then it moves up to 35%. Now all of those different tax groupings have been eliminated, and it's now a flat tax rate of 21%. So the person who makes $100,000, the tax on $100,000 is only 21%. So there's some savings there.
Okay, so we got some pro bono advice here tonight.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you
Oh,
so
you're
much.
welcome.
Well, and if you have any additional questions for Charmaine or questions about the Illinois Tollway Technical Assistance Program, you can give us a call at the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. And just to share some information about the chamber, the chamber has been around since 1934. We are the second oldest minority trade and business association in the country. Our mission is to promote the development and growth of minority business and to assist minority businesses and entrepreneurs within the state of Illinois by providing technical assistance, business educational programs like we're doing now, certification and procurement guidance, technology support, and access to capital. Again, all of our services at the Chamber are free. They're no charge. We have other business owners that conduct some of our workshops. We would love for you to join us if you like more questions. If you have more questions about the Tollway's Technical Assistance Program, give us a call at the Chamber. You can call us at 312-971-9594. And as for me, I'm Rhonda McGowan again, the Executive Director of the Chamber. And so I kind of segued into my next question was, how do contractors get in touch with you?
Of course, they can get in touch with me, get my information from the chamber. In addition, we're located in the South Loop area, and feel free to contact C. Murphy and Associates at 312-376-1700. And from there, we can answer all your questions. And if we're not able to provide an answer, we can direct you to whomever in the team is the most suitable to assist you.
Yeah, because remember, we have a deep bench, just to help people out. Again, we have legal, we have accounting, we have certification specialists, we have back office specialists. And one of the things that I did not mention is anyone who joins the technical assistance program as a contractor automatically gets a 1-year free membership in the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. Again, the Chamber is an organization that's been around a long time, and we have a great reputation of not only helping small businesses, but putting them in the position that they meet other businesses. It's a great networking forum. So we invite you to give us a call and just, come and ask questions and be a part of our program. And so with the, back to the Illinois Tollway Technical Assistance Program. So what happens? A contractor comes in and says, I want to be a part of this program, and the greatest gap in my organization are my financials, are my numbers. So what's happened? How do they get involved in it?
Well, once they've signed up into the program and they fill out the proper paperwork and they're referred to us if possible, or if they come to our doors at first, what we do is start wanting to know, do you have a separate bank account from your personal bank account? Then we start asking for your bank statements to make it easy for you, because we want to know, do you have a software in place? If you have a software that you've been utilizing and everything, if I'm going to put my name on anything, one of the things that I want to know is I want to see what your records look like in order to see how I may be able to assist you. If it so happens that you don't have any accounting system in place, then we can come in and try to guide you and try to help you set up an accounting system so that you start having the proper paperwork that's needed in order to continue throughout the program. Because keep in mind, once you do the initial sign-in, we get your financials right as a continuous basis. As you need bonding, as you possibly need loan or funding for a particular project that you need, you will more than likely will need to sit down once again so that we can go through your books, look at your numbers to best advise you on how you can move forward. Because even if you're trying to get a bank loan or whatever in order to help you through the program, we can assist you to look at your numbers with the background that we have. even prior to the Tollway program, I've been assisting contractors with their financials. So I have an idea, I have historical background in this area, so I can help to guide you to help present your financial statements in the best way possible so that you may present hopefully you will be able to present your business in a healthy way.
And again, I can't keep, stressing and repeating. The whole purpose and what we do is to help minority contractors to get their businesses to the next level. I mean, I'm sure many of you, and I've repeated this over and over. You drive down the streets of Chicago, there is so much construction going on. And as a chamber, we are always, why isn't our community involved in this project? You can drive right here, right on Ashland and see construction going on, but you don't see, people from our community. And we want to help folks in our community, minority contractors, we call it to be bid ready so that you can participate on all of these projects. And you may have the dream, the desire, but unless you have all your ducks in a row, especially your accounting, even for things like to get minority certified, you have to show financials.
Yes.
Have you had experience with that?
Yes, I've had experience with that, and I've assisted in the past. I've assisted in some areas as far as getting the certification done, so I'm aware of the things that are needed. There's so many people on the team that are aware of the things that are needed, including the Cosmopolitan Chamber, if I'm not mistaken. So there's so much help here, and please know that we enjoy helping you. So we look forward to hearing from you. It makes us feel good to see you do good.
Exactly.
So understand that we're here for you. We understand how to hold your hands, what you need, just let us know, and we'll move forward. We're going to make sure everything is in order, but we'll help you to move forward, to deal with whatever issue you might have, whether it be a tax lien or anything.
That was my next question.
On the team,
right.
There are people on the team who can help you, if at all possible. We'll find a way to help you to get from under that, or tell you what your next step needs to be. You might not be able to, participate in a particular bid at this time, but you will be, as Rhonda said the word, bid ready for the next project. So the earlier you come on board and join us, it's the better for you in order to move your company in the right direction for the next project that comes about.
So you can advise people if they are under tax liens, or if they owe child support and all that. And now, do you help advocate with the IRS for your clients as well? Okay.
Yes, that's a big part of what I do, and I enjoy doing that, enjoying working with the revenue officers on your behalf. I call and try to set up a payment plan, trying to help you to get that lien off, because depending on the situation, depending on how your business is structured, there are some instances, even though you owe the money, where we can get something in place. If you're worried about a levy or anything, let's get that in order so it doesn't turn into where it becomes a lien, so that doesn't stop you from getting the bonding or anything that you need. But keep in mind, depending on how much you're owed, at times there's nothing that we can do to stop that lien, but there are some instances where we can definitely assist you to get up from under it.
And the key is, we just don't want people to be discouraged. You might have a lien, you might have child support payments, but all of these things can be worked through. There are so millions of Americans that, have gone through that or are going through that, and they survive. They move on, to the next point. You just need to talk to a professional like Charmaine sitting next to me, and professionals can help you sort through this. Am I right?
That is correct. And one thing we haven't mentioned, which is also could be your fear, is if you have bankruptcy, depending on how old the bankruptcy is or what your current situation is versus from what it was, it's a case-by-case basis, and you never know, but you will not know the answer until you ask that question and face it and stand up to it. That's how you get rid of your demons.
And that's a great way to end our show, to ask the questions. And that's what the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce is here for, to ask to answer your questions, or to help, guide you and, steer you in the right direction. And it looks like that's all the time we have for this week. And it has been a pleasure coming into your homes for the last 13 weeks. And we hope to hear from you. Please call us at the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce if you have any business questions, if you're starting a business, or if you're an established business. Our number is 312-971-9594, and we'll see you next season. Have a happy holiday, and thanks, Charmaine.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It was enjoyable.
Good night.